Game of the Year. Everyone has one, whether it be their favorite shooter or favorite anything. There's always a game that everyone cherishes and calls it their Game of the Year. But I want to ask you guys something different. You ready? Okay. What is, in your opinion, your favorite year in gaming? I really want to know. Because my absolute favorite year has got to be 2018. 2018 had a lot of fantastic games within the span of that year. You got Shadow of the Colossus remake, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Monster Hunter World same day. Spider-Man, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption 2, like holy hell! That's a lot of good games. All of these games should have all the love and attention that it truly deserves. But today, I want to talk about a game that defied expectations and took a bold step into a saturated market. Fortnite. God of War 2018 is a unique and interesting game. I mean, sure, the gameplay sorta has elements of Souls games, but I mean, they did a unique change by putting the camera behind the shoulder. Huh. Well, at least the story is good. It's a strong old man on a journey with his young child companion. Oh no. Wait a minute. Is this game just a carbon copy of all other games? I mean, this can't be it, right? This can't happen. This game's good, but it looks like all the other games. Oh no!
I got some jelly beans. You like jelly beans?
Now, okay, maybe I over-exaggerated a bit because this game is without a doubt phenomenal, and dare I say, a piece of fine art. But you can't deny that the game took quite a bit of inspiration from other great notable games. Naughty Dog. But I don't believe that's what made the game so successful. In fact, I believe ambition is what drove this creation to be better. Narrative in games can sometimes be a gift and a curse. For instance, when a narrative is good, it keeps you on your toes while being invested into these characters. It gives you the sensation of motivating you to keep playing, to see what's going to happen next with these complex characters you come to attach to. When a bad narrative comes into play, it stretches these long, tedious cutscenes for characters you don't even care about, and hinders your motivation to keep playing due to lack of well-written characters or catering mostly on the narrative rather than gameplay. Hell, sometimes good games tend to focus on the narrative rather than gameplay, and that's okay. But for God of War, however, it's simple. Your task is to spread the ashes of a loved one to the highest peak of the mountain. That's it. It's the journey you go through that makes the adventure to the mountain seem more than what meets the eye. And that's what a good story should do. Keeping the premise simple but embezzling big obstacles and personal conflicts for our protagonists along their journey. That's why I believe this game is on a whole different level. It somehow manages to keep both the story and gameplay to be the center focus. These elements of emotional beats with the story is what makes this game so good. It's so impressive that the developers purposely injected a story beat into one of their game mechanics. During the third act of the game, Atreus finally learns the truth about who he really is. A god.
I'm a god, boy. From another land far from here. When I came to these shores, I chose to live as a man. But the truth is, I was born a god. And so were you.
After this recollection, he later begins to change, gradually becoming a different person than before. Atreus has become less caring towards others,
Do something about it or shut up, Brent.
more ruthless, and unnerving to be around.
Oh, are you talking to me? Thought you didn't like my tone.
And then this happens.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. This kid doesn't listen to me anymore. Can't even shoot arrows, what the fuck? Damn.
That blew my freaking mind when I played this for the first time. It's genius. It clearly depicts the sheer defiance coming from this kid through gameplay. It builds up Atreus to be this useful mechanic that you depend on throughout the game, but then to see it purposely not working because on where you are in the narrative is simply remarkable. That alone tells me that this story they crafted was done with ambition, and it shows it.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.
If there's one thing you should know about me specifically, it's that I adore games with good combat in it. Fighting games, of course, is mainly my cup of tea, but also any game that can make me feel like I'm whooping someone's ass senselessly. But what if I told you, and you might not believe me on this, that God of War's combat feels like a fighting game?
You are right.
Alright, shut the hell up. Let me explain. Now, most fighting games usually have this little term called cancels. It's basically an interruption from one hit animation to another. Usually cancels revolve mostly on specials or supers in fighting games such as this. So, what does this have to do with God of War? Watch this. No wonder Sony bought Evo. And that's just the tip of the big ass iceberg. You can do a lot with this game's mechanics. You feel like being a lumberjack and going close and personal? Or would you prefer laying back and letting old reliable do the work for you? Or you could just abuse your kid to fight them. Getting tired of the axe and feeling like the combat was better in the previous games? There you go. Shit, you can even go barehanded. Do I need to say more? Like I said, there's a lot of things you can do in this game, but you probably won't get to fully experience all these combat utilities until you play it on the highest difficulty. Give me God of War. So here's me before I started my playthrough on Give Me God of War.
Boy, I can't wait to play New Game Plus on God of War difficulty.
And here's me after.
Oh my god, you stupid fucking asshole. Ugh! Stupid!
Yeah, that shit will give you nightmares. After platinuming the game, I genuinely thought that if I can 100% complete God of War, I'm pretty sure I can breeze through the highest difficulty easily. I mean, what could go wrong?
Oh my god. Break it fucking out, man.
I'm telling you now, you haven't played God of War if you haven't played on the highest difficulty. It is insane how punishing this game can really be in this difficulty. Words can't even describe how much pain I have endured during this playthrough. So much pain. But with all the pain comes satisfaction. This whole journey throughout this game can be absolutely beautiful, yet cruel at the same time. Sometimes unforgiving. Hell, even downright emotional. But even then, this game is fueled by love and ambition, and it kicks your ass with it. Oh my god, it's Thor! What the frick? Oh my god, dude, Thor! For you! V-Bucks.